Today, we're jumping right into a super high-stakes question. It's a question that maritime officers face, but honestly, it reveals something way deeper about new tech versus old-school wisdom.
Okay, so to get our heads around this, let's think about something we all get. You're on a road trip, right? You've got your phone with a live GPS. It's telling you everything: traffic, accidents, the best route. So why on earth would you even pack an old, dusty paper road atlas? I mean, it sounds totally pointless, doesn't it? Just keep that question in mind. All right, now let's take that same idea and put it out on the open ocean. Picture this. A safety inspector climbs aboard a giant cargo ship. He walks up to the officer on the bridge and asks pretty much the same question, just, the maritime version. And here's the thing. It sounds simple, but it's a total trap. This isn't just small talk, it's a high-stakes test. And believe me, giving the wrong answer could cause some serious trouble. So let's really set the scene here. Imagine you're that officer. The pressure is cranked all the way up. A port state control inspection is happening right now, and every single word you say is being scrutinized. So who is this inspector anyway? Well, they're called a Port State Control Officer, or PSC officer for short. And you can think of them as the top cop of the seas, the ultimate safety regulator. Their whole job is to show up, board these massive ships, and make sure everything, from the engines deep in the hull to the navigation gear on the bridge, is meeting some super strict international rules. What they say goes, period. And the piece of tech we're talking about, it's called the ECDIS. That's ECDIS. It's basically the ship's super advanced digital brain for navigation. Think of it as the souped-up maritime version of the GPS in your car. It's got digital charts, the ship's exact position, and it can even pull in live weather data. It's the shiny new toy, the all-in-one gadget that's supposed to do everything. But here's the real kicker. The inspector isn't really asking about the equipment. He's digging deeper. He's testing to see if the officer truly understands why things are done a certain way. Is this person just a button pusher who follows the screen, or are they a real pro who gets the fundamental principles of keeping a billion-dollar ship and its crew safe? That's the real test. So, how do you possibly answer a loaded question like that? A question that's literally designed to see if you'll fail? Well, you come back at it with total clarity, total confidence, and a rock-solid understanding of your job. So let's break down what a perfect answer actually sounds like. And this is it. This is the perfect answer. In the actual story this is based on, the officer, a second officer named Dong, he nails it. He doesn't praise one and diss the other. Instead, he explains how they have totally different jobs. The old-school routing chart, that's for big-picture, long-term planning, using decades of climate data. The new weather service, that's for what's happening right now, for making adjustments on the fly. He shows that you need both, working together to be truly safe. It's just a masterclass in how to handle a tough question. And what's so cool about this answer is that it's not just a bunch of random smart-sounding facts. There's a structure to it, a simple, really powerful formula that we can actually pull apart and learn from. It's a little something called the 3C formula: condition, correction, and compliance. This is like the secret sauce behind that perfect answer. And honestly, it's a great tool for handling any kind of expert question in any field. So let's dig into what each of those C's actually stands for. Okay, so the first C is condition. This is all about explaining what each tool actually is and what it does. The routing chart, think of that as your long-term strategy guide. It's based on historical data, decades of it. It tells you, hey, in February, this area is usually stormy. It's the big picture. But the weather routing service, that's your eyes on the ground, your real-time intel. It's dynamic. It tells you, warning, a freak storm is popping up right in front of you right now. So one is strategy, the other is tactics. All right, the next two C's are what really lock this thing down. Correction is where you explain how they work together. You use the live data to correct your long-term plan. Simple enough. But the last one, compliance, this one is the knockout punch. This is where you bring up the rules. By name-dropping SOLAS V34, which is basically the mariner's Bible for safety, and the ship's own procedures, the officer shows he's not just sharing his personal opinion. He's stating fact, and he's following the law. Game over. Okay, so we've seen the trap question and we've seen the perfect answer, but let's zoom out for a second. What's the real lesson here? Because this little story actually teaches us something huge about how we should think about technology in real-world expertise. Let's boil this whole thing down to 3 simple takeaways.
Number one, know the difference between what usually happens, that's your statistical data, and what's happening right now, that's your dynamic data. Number two, always be able to back up what you're doing with the actual rules. That's what separates a professional from a hobbyist. And number three, and this is probably the most important one, never, ever think that some shiny new tech makes the old school foundational knowledge worthless. It just doesn't.
And really, that's the heart of it all, isn't it? Your GPS doesn't make your old road atlas useless. It makes it better because you have both. The fancy weather app doesn't replace the deep understanding of climate patterns, it builds on it. Modern tools are amazing, no doubt about it, but they are at their absolute most powerful when they're being used by someone who truly understands the timeless, fundamental principles of what they're doing. So I want to leave you with a question to chew on. Whatever it is you do, maybe you're a programmer, a doctor, a chef, an artist, doesn't matter. What's the old chart in your world? What's that one piece of fundamental knowledge, that classic tool that is still totally essential, even with all the incredible new tech we have today? Because figuring that out, that's what really separates the amateurs from the pros.